afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast from me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda Hero Defender of the Fatherland. We're off here to an exciting 1 versus 1 on Market Ruins. Between in the south, we got here Macos fighting for the Soviet Union for the 320th Rifle Division. In the north, we got Lepracticioner fighting here for Germany and Deutschland, fighting here for the Kampfgruppe Walter. And we got here Ostrom Doctrines with him, starting out with blasting out some cheap troops to grab as much territory as possible, versus Macos, going for the supporting company. I start with some conscripts that supported, but I was trying to probably get out some support weapons of the likes, while the engineers sort of roll out and seize as much territory as possible. In that regard, the practitioner, thanks to his Ostrom start, will have the edge here over Macos here in the early game. Doctrinally, though, we've got here territorial army mechanized support and got motor tactics for Macos with panzer bulletins, mine bulletins, and 2-2 bulletins, including instant offensive one for fast production of the panzer force versus guards and penal troopers there so far. So it does not look like he'll be going for penal troopers here at Mr. Macos. We got an MD42 following up here for the practitioner, also noting he has gone for the infantry companies. It does not look like a tier 2 rush, which, you know, could have been a pretty interesting move here on Market Ruins. Of course, knowing what we know, which is there's likely to be Maxims, I mean, a tier 2 rush with a flame for half, I think would have been particularly potent here as the sort of opening for the practitioner versus Macos. Got Pioneers there pushing back and engineers in the fight for the western point here. In the center, Ostrom securing the central victory point. In the east here, we got Ostrom going for the fuel. We still need to secure the point here by the cafe or restaurant or whatever the bloody hell this is. So sort of, you know, actually get the fuel connected. Meanwhile, fuel have been secured. Going points here. Can't wait to deal with the Pioneers. They're running up close. You got engineers standing about here. We got a very early field infirmary for Macos. I think that is awfully early and certainly hurts sort of initial tempo here versus the Practitioner. It does help the Practitioner. It's not going for an awful lot of Ostrom, and certainly is himself slowing down a bit after 2 Ostrom and MD42. If he's planning a sniper, I mean, that could work out somewhat. At the same time, I'm less sure in some ways. But I does go up for another MD42 here, Ostrom falling back here towards the house, and yeah, this house is a bit bugged, having them occasionally just float about in places they're not supposed to be floating about there. Help! I'm standing in the middle of the air. Help! MD42 pushing back, the conscripts there, Pioneers reinforcing. While waiting for the MD42, we got engineers moving up. We got a maximum on the way there for Macos, also going for the victory point here and the victory point here. So that means like Practitioner will have the victory point lead here, perhaps briefly, but still 1-0. Macos here and the 320th Rifle Division. Maximum arriving there for Macos. Moving eastwards here, Ostrom holding up here by the southeastern bridge here, or the wreckage of it really. Point there being seized. MD42 Pioneers move towards the centre. MD42 coming here somewhat the western guns, but not really that well. Ostrom being rushed. But overall, he's managed to hold up a lot more manpower with just 200 manpower there, so that works out for the Practitioner. This is forced to move up elsewhere. We got S-Mines down here defending the eastern gardens. They actually got an officer. Now that's a surprise, but rarely actually see the Wehrmacht officer, though his country fire ability is actually pretty good. So is artillery smoke and the coordinate badge if you got the right things for it. Ostrom there as conscripts. MD42 will move down here to the southern wall of the eastern guns to support the Ostrom there. I think Pioneers moving about here still. There we go, before protecting man to support the Ostrom there slightly, ever so lightly, but there you go, gets out. He should have moved out, I think, up close. Ostrom, they're falling back here from the conscripts. Maxim is over here, going to open up down the MD42. From there we go, MD42 press first, which means their Maxim there will have the advantage in the south. Ostrom there, finding up with the conscripts there. We got Pioneers going here for a point. He could consider laying down some S-Mines pretty aggressively. Looks like he might not. MD42 securing the western gardens. And Macos following up there with another Maxim. More suppressive firepower. MD42 has been pinned down, but there you go. We got the officer going for the flanking of the mortar. Hauptmann Fritz moving in with his Luger. Setting up there, there's a nice heavy cover there. Does quite enough. Oh, we can actually go for concentrated fire right now, which again will boost accuracy and rate of fire. I think it's just accuracy though, but still, there's pretty handy, particularly once you get to 50, that boost becomes even bigger. I mean, if you then sort of, you know, pop it in together with a lot of other good units, you can quickly do a lot of damage to your opponent, though most people tend to neglect concentrated fire. And units out in the open take damage. S-Mine's going off down here, so didn't mind this up spot, and we see several Maxim gunners killed. Good spot there by the Practitioner to mine. Good use of S-Mines, units taking losses. Might want to focus on the flamethrower ones rather than chat with the Minesweeper. And there you go, max multi-push back here by the Pioneers, caught in closer quarters with sharp corners. It can't quite set up here versus the Pioneers, and that ends up as a winning engagement there for the Lepracticioner. We got Constable moving into the S-mine field. In this case, taking the path the others already took and not getting blown to bits. But then, Sergei sets it off. Sergei, stop doing that! I'll have you, hit with a shovel. Do we any take up here for him? Yes, we do, but he's yet to do anything with it. We got also moving up in the west side. Russians pushing forwards, they're avoiding any further S-mines, taking forward dealing with engineers there. S-mines here. The Practitioner is laying down an awful lot of S-mines here against Macos. An awful lot. That's definitely going to make it harder here for Macos to move about freely here. And, shit. It says don't go there. Really? Well, it's got a skull on it. What do you think? There we go. Takes a few hits there. Continues forwards. Further casualties. And then retreats. Not setting off the last one, I guess. Bit lucky there for Macos, but there goes from the retreat path. Got 2 squads with us, 2 MD-42s, 1 Pioneer, and more S-mines with the retreat. There we go, wiping 1 squad. Horrific casualties for Macos. Horrific casualties as the Kampfgruppe just does his best to defend this town. Brutally so. So there you go again. S-mines really, really vicious. And probably the best mines there. You just can sort of wipe units on retreat if you set off a good minefield there. On the right spot. MD-42 to fall back. That's got 2 Maxes there bringing down death on it. Officer moving about here. Halfway direction to 1. Like to make a nice company up down there. He's going for the 2-2-2 here. A part of me would probably again think more flame for a half-deck here, considering the confines and the fact there's a lot of Maxims. We'll of course have to see what he does end up with besides the 2-2-2. I mean, obviously, you should also consider down the road getting some panzer grenadiers, take over for the Ostrom, because long term, I mean, Ostrom strategies always tend to fall flat on that spot if they fail to upgrade, to better infantry, rather than just instead of just relying solely on the Ostrom, because the Ostrom can't, resist longer term with either upgraded infantry, just eat infantry. Going for the fuel point, there we get to a lot of harassment there from the Practitioner against Macos, constantly up against the Ostrom there. Can't 98Ks versus most of Nagants. Before choosing up, we got the 2-2 moving down here, the main boulevard. Fuel point there is disconnected. 2-2 comes against the Maxims there. I mean, Macos right now has got 0 anti-tank weapons. No apologies for the hiccup. Doesn't even have anti-tank grenades here. MG42 following up, they get more S-mines here from the Practitioner. So many S-mines, really. And again, they've certainly done their part there to make things miserable for Macos. Engineers still halted here by the eastern minefield. Engineers could try and move up flank here through the elevated garden, or whatever you call it, but does not instead go straight front here where the previous unit got shot down by an MD-42 as well. I don't think I'd call that the brightest move there by Macos. Officer Pioneer setting out the MD-42 slightly shifting about. We got a second 2-2 out here for the Practitioner. Awful lot of scout cars and no panzer grenadiers. I think otherwise would be pretty good for this map. As for Macos, I mean, he might probably want to take up soon, or at least, go for something that might help a bit more in these closer quarters. For example, Reserve Army with its conscript assault packages could allow him to clear out a bit more here in these closer quarters of the map. We'll of course have to see what he goes for. But we've got a field gun down the way to help deal with the scout cars. Got anti-tank grenades up, they're damaging the 2-2-2. He might also want to consider fuel cache to help offset some of the harassment that's been subjected to by the Practitioner and the Kampfgruppe. They're being secured, 2-2 hanging back, MD-42 going the eastern gardens, western gardens secured there by MD-42 and Pioneers, with the officer here waiting by the walls, looking for any rations to shout at. Got the eastern fuel. Bunker up here, nothing further there. Mine goes off, killing a few Ostrom, but nothing quite on the scale that so far the S-mines have wreaked in terms of havoc on Macos. Got a trying to flank up here into the western gardens. Not bad, but he needs a bit more force. There you go, officer being caught here by the field gunners and conscripts, taking a few losses there. In fact, the officer, he's still alive. Ostrom moving up support here. Got a fuel drop on the fuel point. Interesting. Wonder what's the cause for that. I mean, he could of course try and rush for tier 3, maybe rush out some medium armor with that. On theory, he could be planning for tier 4. But that would certainly be a bit risky with Ostrom again. That requires some panzer grenades to really make work. Though again, consistent fuel harassment here could certainly make it work better for the Practitioner. The anti-tank punch, so that does mean he's gone for Reserve Army. 320th getting everything in terms of manpower they can throw at the enemy, being supplied with lots of submachine guns. Partisans here, they're getting hit heavily by MD42 fire, almost wiped there on retreat. A few continue to drop down here, no one yet to pick up there. Going here for the point, and here in the West Gardens, Maxim there is actually losing out to the MD42. Could have had a bit more to support it. Maxim engineers in these, we've got a fresh mine support there, good job there by Macos. S-mines there being cleared out, troops are healing, reinforcing, no tech up yet for the Practitioner. We got a lot of troops moving in there to secure all the fuel crates there, drop down. Incurring more fuel for the Kampfgruppe Walter, MD42 there being outmaneuvered here slightly by engineers. We've got Ostrom coming up that flank. Victory point wise, we definitely have a nice lead here for the Practitioner, 500 versus 266. And for them to drop fuel in direct would mean probably that the entire town has been surrendered and the Kampfgruppe Walter is pretty much surrounded, in which case it will probably been actually designated Festung, something, whatever the town was called, or Festerplatz. They will find that there, which was obviously what the Führer did when he wanted the city to be held no matter the cost, usually dooming the Gauss in the process for generally not that much use. I mean, occasionally it did work out, but the thing is, the Allies very quickly called out, you know, not wanting to do that and basically just isolated them and then bypassed them in many cases, which generally just meant he was wasting precious manpower and equipment on it. Conscripts moving in here with submachine guns to increase the firepower there. He doesn't have a lot of conscripts though. I definitely think Macos should consider getting some more route, but there you go, close with the Ostrom. I mean, the Ostrom don't stand any chance versus the PPS 841 equipped infantry. We got an MD42 here though, and right in front of it, he needs to retreat there before he gets sawed to bits. Oh dear, he's not going to do it in time, is he? Got parts moving up, they're looking to draw fire away from the conscripts. A heroic decoy there from Macos. Quickly, you partisans! Sacrifice yourself for those, you know, worth more than you. Actually, they're getting blasted to bits there by the 2-2 field gun falling up towards the victory point. Macasee definitely needs some infantry out, and he also needs to consider taking up soon. A lot of pressure against Macos field gun opening up the 2-2 misses though. We got another anti-tank partisan unit here opening up the 2-2. It's Panthers right there from the butcher's shop. Going here for the 2-2. The other one could pop an anti-tank grenade, but there's a lot of 2-2s here, plus the MD42 and the Pioneers. No Panther going to do this, which is going to be of war use. There we go. I want to fall a bit behind the cover here to avoid fire from the other 2-2, but looks like he's going to at least be able to get one 2-2 here. And there we go. Knocked it out here in the northern bits of the commercial district. That's what I'm calling it now here. Officer versus the engineers. Again, concentrated fires are pretty good ability, but it seems like the Practitioner isn't quite aware, doesn't care, or just forgot. Going up for the munitions point on the west side, southwest in fact. Sharp move there by the Practitioner. Troops are healing, reinforcing. We got the officer there being pushed away. MD42, they're getting shot to bits here by Maxim fire, closing in on Victory 2, and here in the east, Pioneers creeping up. Could in fact consider moving here and, you know, grab the Victory point there and put it with the minesweepers, but in this case he falls back and set lays down West Mines, which is not a bad idea either. We can see here that Lepracticioner is going for a mortar. Actually, but I had quite forgotten about here, and on a map like this, mortar could be quite good in that regard. It's quite surprising that Macos himself hasn't bothered with a mortar at all. That could try to give him a lot more firepower as well and help negate those MD42s. 2-2 flanking here, but he's taking hits there from Panthers and the field gun. He could actually risk losing another 2-2 here, which would be quite a harsh loss there for the Practitioner. Also from there getting blasted to bits by MD42 fire. Is he planning tier 3? Oh, he is planning tier 4. A bold and aggressive move there for the Practitioner. Though again, considering the way he's been able to control the fuel flow here from Macos, it's, you know, does make a bit sense. It's a bit risky, but still does make sense. But again, I would say it still very much requires him to get out some Panzer grenadiers. Relying against solely on Ostrom at this point is not what I'd call advisable. He's only lucky that Macos isn't trying to stave up with more conscripts with the submachine guns. Mortar is running here. We got MD42 with the officer. We've still got no concentrated fire there again. MD42s can also benefit for it. Again, that will increase their damage, but again, doesn't quite seem to be quite concerned with that. Still overall, the Practitioner is managing overall map control there versus Macos, and again, sending in some brave Pioneers here to harass the fuel point. If it's even cheekier, he might even consider laying down some S-mines around this. But at the same time, we also see here that now Macos is just bringing in a lot of minesweepers. He is bringing in a lot of minesweepers. He's clearly established at this point that the Practitioner loves S-mines and doesn't want to hit them himself, so that's a there, I think, by Macos. 2-2 needs to be careful. He's really risking the 2-2-2 there. You also need to get up that heavy panzer corps then as quickly as possible. You know, not sit about and wait too long. And there you go. He is in fact laying down the S-mounts here on the field point, further making it difficult there for Macos to get to. They got 2-2 versus engineers moving up there through what remains of the S-field. Hostile being suppressed here. He's only got one pioneer squad, and again, that's all the way down here. He definitely needs to treat that afterwards, you know, get back that heavy panzer corps. Plus, in the meanwhile, get out some panzer grenadiers, Lepracticioner. Some hardened men with assault rifles. Take up here for Macos. Good work there. In fact, he could have done that, I think, sooner to rushing up versus the Lepracticioner, who's currently really short on anti-tank at all again. And the fact he was rushing tier 4 means, you know, he could also have had a tier 3 up by now and a medium tank. So again, he's struggling a bit here to, you know, make it work. I mean, it's a pretty risky strategy, and he's not, I would say, quite fully executing it in the strongest terms. Here comes, they're almost wiped up in the S-mount field, punishing him in there and making it much harder for him to actually grab the field point. Pioneers almost being wiped out. Officer versus engineers. The Lepracticioner needs to change up his battle tactics here to try and move through here instead. Either way, though, that will still delay and stall Macos from taking. But on the other hand, with the most of the rest of the map he's grabbing, it's not going to be that much anymore. But right now, build that heavy panzer corps. There you go. You can actually go up for a Panther right away or a Sturmpanzer, containing the current force composition of Macos. A Sturmpanzer probably would be the sort of the more immediate choice here. A lot more infantry and support weapons. Not really any armor, though. Of course, you still should be worried about enemy armor. So, of course, a Panther first might be a better idea initially. Front machine guns can still deal with a lot of here what Macos has. And here we got the officer versus the engineer still. No coordinated fire. Still no idea then we goes for the officer. If he's not actually going to use the abilities of the officer, I mean, you know, that's why I get him. Concentrated fire. Smoke. Coordinated barrages. Not, you know, just looking snazzy in his uniform. I mean, that's not really a special ability you want to get the officer for. And there goes Sturmpanzer on the way there to blast through. In fact, that's what Sturmpanzer was designed for, amongst other things. Urban combat, dealing with enemies stuck inside houses, blockades, and the likes there. It's a little fun fact there, little fun fact. Still not a lot of infantry there from Macos. That's also something that definitely needs to be careful with, and Lepracticioner still needs to get some panzer grenadiers out. Still, for the time being, Macos has managed to turn things around here with the 320th Rifle Division, and turn things around here at the Kampfgruppe Walter. 2-2 being fixed up. Units are being suppressed by the MG42 half HV3 here. Austrian in the centre getting maximed up. MG42 remains here. Could try and creep up a bit more here. Try and set up a bit more advantageous position. They can cover a bit better. Our Sturmpanzer's almost done here for the Lepracticioner. And there we go. Sturmpanzer 4. With a Pinwand machine on the way to blast out those Russen. More back at Macos' base, we got nothing here, no T-70s, S-26s or half-tracks. I mean, he could try and aim for Tier 3 himself and get up from T-34s and 6s or anything like that. We'll of course have to see what he does end up with. Sturmpanzer shoots, hits the walls. There's impressive. Engineer's next target here for the Sturmpanzer, 150mm gun. Shoots, and this time lands a half-decent hit there. I think the Maxim would be a pretty good choice for the Sturmpanzer to deal with first. Nicely bunched up. Nice big fat target for a 150mm shell. Burst from the wall. 6 hit there from the field gun. Obviously, it could have laid down, you know, a smoke screen around the field gun first. That would, I think, be a pretty good choice. Quick anti-tank rate there. Damages the engine. But the Sturmpanzer still shoots and almost gets wiped there on the Maxim crew. Field gun misses. Officer fighting through here. No concentrated fire. Could also use that on the around the Sturmpanzer to boost that one. I do believe that actually increases its rate of fire, which of course could allow it to shoot faster, which isn't a half bad thing. Parts here are arriving, conscripts moving up, MB42 father coming in from the eastern side of the commercial district. Conscripts there getting suppressed ever slowly. Half health there on the Sturmpanzer. And there we go, he does pop right here, ramp conscripts a bit late, but it's definitely a good ability here. Can you know, mitigate some of the losses he's suffering. If he had just popped it soon, they'd probably have conscripts called out now. Still, 320th Rifle Division being supported here by Stavka with fresh reserves needed to push through and destroy the fascists. Back here we got the third tier going up there, the Mechanized Armor Companier. Tanks will soon be on the way then. And also require a Practitioner to prepare for Panthers then. He is going for a Pack 40 and he also still needs Panzer Grenadiers. Mine's going off there in the Ostrom in the west. We got Officer moving up aggressively, perhaps a bit too aggressively, he's low in health and numbers. Here we got Engineers flanking against the MD-42s, yet to trigger any replacement conscripts. Max moving up here, Paladins could also stand to up a bit further. Field gun hanging back, and we got troops here healing and enforcing. Officer push back, need to keep pushing. Forwards, comrades, to victory. You got Telemans going down, so he's obviously going to worry about enemy armor, to dealing with engineers. He's attempting to. So far, there is yet to get a single conscript out, and he ends up getting nothing out. I mean, that's 120 munitions doing nothing. But there you go, losses inflicted, and a replacement conscript there arriving for Macos. We've got a T-34 and 6 also arriving here. 9 kills on the Storm Panzer, shoots again. Wipes the Maxim entirely. Another replacement conscript gone. Probably not want to sacrifice a veteran Maxim crew for that. That's perhaps not the most well-made decision there by Macos, but still, he's now got 2 conscript squads ready to sort of fill up any gaps in the lines here. Fighting in the west side. Mortar covering from the northern wall. Storm Panzer moving ahead again. Officer is not really trying to support here. Storm Panzer could try and knock out the field gunner, could just try and smoke it, then blast it with the Storm Panzer. I mean, there's a lot of options here for a practitioner how want to deal with it. I mean, you could also just use the officer lay down smoke, then hit it with the Storm Panzer. You could try and flank it. There's a lot of options. But either way, counter rushing through into the MD-42 and in front of the Storm Panzer. He seems to get this. Storm Panzer on the western side of the gardens. And there you go, takes minor losses. The MD-42 also suffered a bit there from the Storm Panzer's hits. Another shot fired, constant taking losses. Close to one there for the Storm Panzer. Officer operating here by the centre victory point. Maxim covering the east, and we've got a T-34 and 6 there arriving for the Flynn 20th Rifle Division and Macos. Constant moving towards the centre there, we got more mines going down. He's laying down a lot of mines. I mean, the practitioner definitely understands the importance of mines. So thumbs up for there. Pack 40 opening on the T-34 and 6, taking down to half health, got engineers moving ahead, constant there by MD-42 blasting away as well. Veteran the 3 already, but on health, needs to pull that one back, and needs to got officer versus anti-tank partisans. Pioneers nearby as well, he could consider popping some concentrated fire there against the partisans. He's going for a Panther here. I think I would go for a Panther first here. I mean, the Panther could be of help, but at the same time, he's got the Storm Panzer and mortars. I mean, rather he'd try and look to flanking or using all of the smoke he's got here, so I really think making a small mistake here with the Panzer. Not a huge one, just I don't think it's the most efficient choice at the moment. Pioneers are pushing back the conscripts. T-34 is hanging back, they're waiting for repairs. Meanwhile, we've got engineers pushing up freshly into the west side here, into the northwestern residential district. Officer going here for the victory point, and he's veteran free now. Could lay down a smoke screen against the Maxim. Instead, just his retreat. Bit of a whiff there, I think, on the practitioner. And certainly overall, I get the feeling that he went for the opposite because he could, not because, you know, he acted any plans with them. So, I mean, there's definitely some room for improvement there for the practitioner. In terms of damage, though, they're pretty close to each other. Kills-wise, though, the practitioner, despite having line Ostrom, is certainly far ahead there, though. When you also then further consider, though, perhaps not so much. I mean, he's actually lost more. So, in a sense, they're probably pretty equal here in a way. Of course, he's got more armor. And army value-wise, though, he is ahead here of Macos. I mean, that's good there, though, obviously. Yes, be careful. You can see that's also being tanked, so it's brought up. So, right now, Macos is investing a lot of resources into trying to negate the other Storm Panzer. So he does need to be careful there. And if Macos wants to then upgrade the rest of his conscripts, maybe use reserve army more. I mean, you know, he could, you know, potentially really flout the practitioner very quickly instead of pushing back. So there are some things there the practitioner needs to be mindful of. As for resource float, not so much there from either side. Points held, bit back and forth. That's now more Macos is in control here. The practitioner, again, the lack of infantry, just relying on Ostrom, is slowly beginning to turn against it again with the Storm Panzer. He's been able to push forward again, so this could be, you know, the part of a second comeback. But still, he needs to begin making use of the officer's abilities. Of course, they are actually pretty good, but you also need some infantry, specifically some Panzer, to support his armor and so on. You push forwards, and he definitely, I think, needs to consider going for a Panther after the Panzerwerfer. Some more sturdy medium armor to take on Macos' medium armor, and, you know, supports infantry, I think would be pretty good there for Lepractitioner. Otherwise, more pressure in the east, more trying to outmaneuver, and less just trying to bash his head into a wall. I mean, he's definitely shown some skill into that department, so more flanking would be good, and maybe again, you know, use some smoke. As for Macos, more infantry with submachine guns, more armor, and more flanking himself. He needs to try and pressure through here more in the east, rather than just trying to break through here in the west into where Lepractitioner then usually has his equipment sort of, you know, positioned. If we can do that, I think Macos should have a better chance of dealing with Lepractitioner. Plus, a mortar or two of his own would also be pretty good for a bit of light artillery support, but also laying down smoke screens, and that way negating some of Lepractitioner's support weapons. That could also do a lot there for Macos. But otherwise, more rapid conscription, and more submachine guns on the conscripts. Opening up the Pioneers, getting some kills in there. Engineers in the fire here from the mortar, and the MG-42 just waiting there for something to happen, I guess. Just jump onto the west here, in the east, I mean. There's the Max machine gun, and almost wipes it there. We got constant flanking in there. Damage into the Sturmpanzer. T-54 flanking as well. They might be able to get it. They need to be a bit careful. There's an anti-tank nearby. Unit lost there for the Practitioner. Cuts moving up there. Is moving in. We got artillery fire raining down here on the field gun, but doesn't quite get it. That does a lot of damage. T-54 needs to cover with the Pack 40. Panther fires from the Osthoven, damaging the engine right in front of the Pack 40. Pretty bad news there. Damage. Engine still down. The Sturmpanzer halfway to health. Opening up the Pack 40. Needs to keep moving. Keep moving. He stops up in front of it. Seems to have forgotten about it. Sturmpanzer almost got it. Field gun firing with low health. A huge mistake here by Macos. He's so intent on getting the Sturmpanzer. He makes a lot of bad calls and ends up losing a field gun and a T-34 here to the Practitioner. And he didn't even get the Sturmpanzer. That's probably the worst part. He didn't even get it. Ended up feeding the Sturmpanzer a lot of experience. It can soon hit Vets and T2 already. We got another, well, we got the issue 5 up here. Oh dear, he's going to rush it in after this, isn't he? The problem is there's still a lot of anti-tank here versus issue 85. Careful there. Macos, careful. Don't get greedy. Or reckless. And there you go, the Practitioner finally going for some Panzer Grenadiers. Finally. Lands a good hit on the Sturmpanzer with the issue 5. Conscripts are leading ahead. MD-42 is coming up, so you can't use them for spawning much more. Gets the 2-2-2, but the conscript push back there. Oh, he's going to go straight after. He's going to push it all. He doesn't care about anything else. He wants that Sturmpanzer dead. Step on it, Otto. Step on it. I don't want to die here. It's coming closer. Scheiße. Penetrating here at the Fusilier. Forgot to get field gun here firing into the flank of the issue 5. Grabbing the point to the centre and the eastern guns. Officer pushed back again. Victory point they've been grabbed there by the Practitioner. Issue 5 continues. Slightly damaged. Pioneers trying not to get crushed with issue 5. Field gun is about here. Sturmpanzer, sliver of health, but also Vincent 2. Field gun turns about. We got Ostrom nearby. Ostrom, issue 5 was strange it. Shoots. Gets the Sturmpanzer. Gets the Sturmpanzer. Ran from the field gun and he gets it knocked out. He's now sacrificed a lot to get that Sturmpanzer. I mean, the Practitioner's only put a lot of effort into it, but I'm not entirely sure it was worth sacrificing a T-34, a field gun, and an issue-5 for. They did get the Pack 40 in return, so I suppose it's not a completely equal trade there. But still, that was rather expensive there for Macos. Now, will the Practitioner going for a replacement Sturmpanzer first? Will he go for a Panther here this time around? Maybe expecting more armor this time around. We'll have to see that what it is the Practitioner will aim for. As for Macos, he's just sort of pushing forward. Again, he's almost got enough for another use of rapid conscription. And the Practitioner went for Panther rejection of his Panther because I definitely think that was a bit of a mistake. They should have just kept them as they were and again gone for a Panther. That way he could use the Panther Grenadiers for his infantry. Again, that's really what he needs with the increased amount of automatic weaponry here of Macos' troops. Flamethrower engineers, conscript submachine guns with submachine gun versus the officer and the Ostrom. He could use here, you know, concentrated fire to boost the ability of the Ostrom and the officer, but instead ends up retreating here. Panther are pretty close, might go for a very close up barrage there against Macos. Mines being laid down here on the centre victory point again here by the Practitioner's Pioneers. In the west here, MD42 sawing apart here the engineers. Another Sturmpanzer for the Lepracticioner, no sign of the Panther. And for Macos, it's a T-34-76. Field gun fire from the conscripts. Wiping it up. Officer, Panzer Grenadiers, all opening up here, plus Osturm. Panzer opening up with some machine guns, they're going to get hit with an anti-tank grenade. Down to less than half health. Almost got the conscripts there, and Piotr there makes it out, I think. Sturmpanzer almost done. Panzer's going to pull back for this reinforcement and repairs. You can actually soon go for another T-34 to support the first one here, Mr. Macos. Centre victory point secured once more here for the motherland. And they're going to be fortunate up here and opening up there on the conscript, but they do quickly bypass the MD42, leaving the Practitioner there in a precision to force them to retreat. March of engineers continue onwards.
The enemy is taking our territory.
MD42 versus large Russian push into the western guns. They're virtually free again. 23 kills, cutting apart those Russians. But we've got a T-34-76 moving in there. There's nothing in terms of anti-tank tracks to support it here. We've got the second Sturmpanzer out there, but that won't help much versus the T-34-76 if at all. So moving up here in the east to deal with these engineers there. This could be a bit of trouble. Minor loss there. Sergei slaughtered, and there you go, retreating here. Meanwhile, T-34-76 comes up here, it's right into... Oh, Panzerschrecks and Panzerfaust. Goes in after the Panzerwerfer. Oh. Oh dear. That is pretty bold there. Misses the Panzerwerfer. He's absolutely insistent on getting it. Even as the Sturmpanzer's annihilating his units in the east, they're wiping out another Max, and that's both Maxes lost his Sturmpanzer. Not the same one, but still a Sturmpanzer. Panzerwerfer, they're desperately trying to escape at the T-34-76. You'd like to go for another one here, but I don't think this is going to be the best idea. Sturmpanzer can't immediately assist. There's nothing fact nearby that can assist. The T-34 is absolutely obsessed with the Panzerwerfer. We got another there on the way for Macos. Sturmpanzer misses. Panzer's Grenadiers with Panzerschrecks awesome, and he gets it. He gets the Panzerwerfer before the T-34-76 goes up in flames. And the fun fact here is the Panzerwerfer is actually cheap, more expensive than the T-34-76. So in a sense, this does make sense, but I'd still say that is pretty rich there for Macos. Another T-34 on the way. Got Constant coming up here. He's got plenty of ammunition. I definitely think we should consider some rapid conscription here. Officer needs to retreat, and killing up being too late there. That's the conscript, but no, gets away, no, does he? Yes, no. Gets right behind the corner then, survives, for now anyways. And yes, moving up, we got Grenadiers on the way for the Practitioner. I suppose that's better than just more Ostrom. And MD42 there holds the conscripts, 19 kills there. Macos finally going for a mortar. They definitely feel that's a bit late there for Macos. We've also got the T-34 there opening up possibly in the Panzer. This was dead, opens up here in the machine guns. Both MD42s here around the western gardens. Engineers are coming up with the Panzer pursuing the T-34-76. One grenade against the engineers does some damage, but not quite enough. In these Sturmpanzers, he has to keep shooting away at things. And Panzerschrecks all fail to connect with the T-34-76. A lot of munitions there on Macos. Remember, rapid conscription, you got low numbers, use the rapid conscription to reverse that. Meanwhile, we got pioneers on the way there for the Practitioners to replace the losses he's suffered. Grenadiers moving up in the west, no light machine guns there for the Practitioner and the German army. Sturmpanzer moving westwards, breaking up a lot of masonry, sending huge chunks flying through the air as though they were made of styrofoam. And as they're close to getting annihilated here by the T-34-76's main gun machine gun. Probably could have kept up the tempo a bit better. They wiped the Grenadiers, still might have a chance here, honestly. But looks like Otter there makes it. No, the T-34 continues here. He might actually have a chance here. Field gun up there on the side of the T-34. There you go. Wipes the Grenadier squad. We got a Panzer squad here in front of it. T-34 needs to get out of there. Problem is, it's covered by the field gun. There's Panzers in the front, but still he's going to try it. Constantly moving up, pit drawing far away from the T-34 since it's not been ordered to fire on it vehicles. Small mistake there by the Practitioner, which does allow the T-34 to escape. MD4 through the deals with the other country squad. Still no sign of rapid conscription here again from Macos. Gets the field gun though, mows down the crew in a matter of seconds. Jump Hunter moves in. Good hit there, 2 kills. Could easily go for more tanks now, but has yet to go there. T-34 has safely escaped here. The wrath of German army. And there you go, Pack 4 jumping up to the rear of the Sturmpanzer. Now the penetrating hit there. Less than 100 points though for Macos, 71-68. He's going after the Sturmpanzer again. Lepracticioner can soon go for a Panther, probably should, but more importantly, he should consider some regular Panzer Grenadiers. We got another T-34 there for Macos, still no sign of rapid conscription there, contributing pushed back by for 2 Panzer Grenadier fire. Officer halfway to Veteran 2-1, and fuel pioneer being harassed again by Macos. Not Macos, but the Practitioner. My apologies there, that was silly. He's going for the Sun-Eastern victory point. T-34 moving to deal with the harassers. And the Sturmpanzer just needing some repairs. The Pioneers moving down there finally. Officer just with 24 kills though. And again, that's without using any of the abilities here. I mean, again, he would have done a lot more with the officer. Has yet to make use of the abilities. Panzerfaust and the T-34 some 6 damage in the engine. House collapses nearby. And T-34 some 6 number 2 is almost down. He's got a lot of munitions and he's still not doing anything with it.
We have a new T-34 standing by.
Sturmpanzer opening up the conscripts there.
We are down to our last 25 points.
Machine gun fire there. Decent shot there, I think, from the Practitioner Sturmpanzer there. Bit of a trick shot there. There you go, within right range of the Pack 40 against Sturmpanzer to fall back. Damaged engine. Another Pack 40 hit there, getting it up to Veterans. You want T-34 some 6 going after the Sturmpanzer. Can go for the Panther now. Definitely needs a Panther now, I would say, increasingly, besides the Panther gun it is here. Pioneers pushing back the conscripts. Field gun has not been recruited, by the way. 22 points left here. Macos really needs rapid conscription, needs to focus on those victory points, needs to focus hard. Officer needs to be careful in front of the Morton. There you go. T-34 some 6 doing some damage here, wiping out the Panzerjägers. A staggering loss there for the Practitioner again. He's close to victory, but still needs to be careful, doesn't make any silly movements. We've got a Panther on the way there. Mortar wiped as well. T-34 causing havoc behind the Practitioner's lines. Second T-34 they're moving up. Damaged engine and all, but he doesn't care. He needs to deal with that officer. 31 kills. That officer's really done well on his own. But again, I wager he could have done better. But the T-34 continuing its mad race there against the Practitioner. Field gun recruit again. Artillery fire raining down here. Gets the T-34 and anyone around it. Nasty hit there from the Practitioner. More conscripts. Still no sign of rapid conscription. He just needs to pop that ability. Just pop it. Mine's going off. Casualties being suffered. Rapid conscription, Macos. Rapid conscription. It's right there. Your floating munitions. Do it. Do it. But there you go. We got the Panther up for the Practitioner and the Kampfgruppe Walter versus Macos here. Who's certainly looking pretty grim. He's barely got a force half the size of him. In fact, he doesn't even have that in terms of population. And his armour certainly also looking pretty bad. So again, why Macos is not popping rapid conscription much as possibly is certainly a really good question here. Halfway done with the pinlight machine gun on the Panther. T-34 being fixed up there, and you need to remember you can also use with reserve army conscript to repair tanks. Still no rapid conscription again. He's really low on everything. The Practitioner just needs to get some regular Panther guns, just him some regular grenadiers and upgrade them. Panther, I imagine, is almost on the machine gun. There you go. Whacked his remaining Ostrom squad. Now the Practitioner's got really like next to no infantry left here to contest the field. And there you go. Finally, seems like Macos remembers he's actually got that ability and pops it in. We got into parts and tank hunters moving in there as well. Comes there, wiped. It's pretty bad. He's down to 11 points. 11 points. Panther being hunted down there by tank hunter partisans. More conscripts running ahead there. The officer, 34 kills. Pop, concentrated fire. Panzerwerfer fully positioned and not more infantry. And there you go, officer wiped. Staggering loss there, and that's pretty much all of his infantry then. Again, he's not getting any replacements. So, I mean, really, there's a small chance, thanks for having conscription here, that Macos could actually, win this. It's going to be close, though. He actually has a chance here. But again, if the Lepracticioner were just to go for some Panzer Grenadiers, that might not be the case. But again, so far, he's just neglecting the infantry side of things. And as the Germans, you do need infantry. There we go, finally some Panzer Grenadiers from the Lepracticioner. Grabbing the MD-42 there as well, having to hold ground against the Germans. Panther moving up there within range here of the anti-tank parts, moving up there with the Panzerschreck. Goes across the ruined north wall, shoots and penetrates a bit. Jump Panzer versus Conch, there we go. Replacement Conch squad out here for Macos, and again as soon as it ends, you just need to pop it again, at least once the cooldown is over. T-34 moves up, they could go for another T-34-76 here. Pioneers immediately suppressed it with MD-42. Panther moves up, not fully repaired. Panther goes MD-42 nearby. Lancer hit then the T-34-76 with its high velocity 75mm gun. Last victory important there under the Lepractitioner's control is yet to be attempted there, seized by Macos. Panther's charging straight into the T-34, the machine gun and the counter fire there. No idea what he's doing like that. Huge losses there. Wasted a lot of good Panzer Grenadiers there for the Lepractitioner. Huge loss. Troop ceiling reinforcing here. Halfway to Veteran 2. Field gun firing. Storm parts up now in the MD-42. Going for the northeastern victory point as well. Good work there. Submachine guns all the way there for his remaining men. Also good. Can soon pop rapid conscription again, going for his own field point. He would also go for another tank here on SG-5. Field gun needs to get away before it gets knocked out by the Russian machine gun. Jump hunts up down the Pack 40, wipes the crew. Bit of a loss there for Macos. Still not some additional armor or anything like that. Panzerwerfer again for the Lepractitioner. He really loves that Panzerwerfer. It seems somewhere deep down. Panzers moving against the conscripts, need to set range here. The sub close, there we go. The conscripts can't, well, they actually have a good chance of winning as we engage with range here with the Panzer Grenadiers assault rushing and do the job. There you go, getting killed. But now we got rapid conscription again. He needs more Panzer Grenadiers, not Panzerwerfer. Got conscripts moving up here. Parts moving up as well. He couldn't crew the Pack 40 with them if he wanted to. Bypassing the MD-42 here. Panther firing away, but again, there's not enough in supporting it. And the Panzer is occupied with the conscripts in the east. There you go, wiped. But at a certain point here, Macos doesn't quite care, thanks to all the conscripts he had getting replaced. 11 points left. The conscript moving ahead. He almost got the MD-42, grabbing here Panther from the mortar. Panther almost knocked out here. Pretty big loss there for the Lepractitioner. Should have had more pioneers on it faster. Sadly, again, failing that. He's too caught up in Panzerwerfers when he doesn't need them. And forgets and ignores what he needs. And there you go, Panther knocked out. Huge loss for the Lepractitioner, huge loss. Again, I have no idea what possessed him to go for a Panzerwerfer when he needs his Panzer fixed and there's some impetus to support it. T-34 sets out here. Panzers in the east could run into some trouble here with the T-34-76, which is rolling ahead rapidly. 11 points still left here for Macos and the 320th Rifle Division. Another T-34 there for him. Machine gun moving up there. Conscripts arriving. Submachine guns being handed out there. And there you go. Panzer is quickly lose Ludwig. Easy cut down there by the MD-42. We've got the T-34 moving up. We're going to Panzer with the barrage here. Against the MD-42, suppressing, but not killing. And he can actually use the T-34 to grab the victory point if he wants to. In the centre, we've got a field gun opening up. Mr. Conscript, we've got the Jump Panzer moving ahead. Pack 40 has been recruited there by some engineers. Second T-34 almost done there from Macos. He's quickly swinging the game here against the Lepractitioner. T-34 they're flying up behind the Jump Panzer. Bit of shooter there, conscript suppressed. Pioneers being pushed back here by conscript. T-34s are roaming about. And the T-34-76 also sets out. Go straight for the victory point here. The petition now contained without any real way of stopping the tanks in those cases. There's a lot of infantry, and with all the munitions here, he can basically just keep getting in there with the rapid conscription, making it very difficult now for the practitioners to make any serious gains. Plus, there's still so many tanks, he couldn't go more for them, so... Mine hit there, T-54, some 670 damage right in front of the field gun. But he still could get the Jump Hunter here by flanking behind it. There you go, Pack 40 up as well. There's Jump Hunter's going to go down. Another Pack 40 on the way here. T-54 rolls behind here, straight through the base, slowly and bracing it. There we go. Jump Hunter's down. He's barely got anything left here.
We are suffering vehicle losses.
More Panther strike, but again, that leaves him with no ability to deal with the infantry. He's going too heavy on the anti-tank. The practitioner making a grave blunder here. Massive, in fact. So it's nice, really only got the MD-42 to deal with all the infantry. That's not exactly sustainable here for the practitioner. Another T-34 and 76 on the way there. MD-42 remains here. He could easily again pop rapid conscription if he wanted to. Almost wiped the Panzers there. In fact, a Panzer could drop, which you can pick up with his anti-tank team once he's cleared out the machine gun and the Western Gardens. Here, by the Eastern Victory, Port Northeastern. MD-42 slowing down the Pioneers. Yeah, this rather looks like GG for the practitioner. Ultimately, he fell in the trap that a lot of Ostrom Doctrine players do, which is they never plan for what happens once the Ostrom, become obsolete. That's really the one thing you need to plan for. Either Grenadiers or Panzer Grenadiers or something like that, and that just never happens in any sort of serious fashion. Ultimately, meaning they don't have any sort of serious support for their equipment. It was also, I think, too enamored with the Panzerwerfer when there really wasn't much need for it, rather need for infantry to flank and support his tanks. Had he gone for a Panther sooner, then some Panzer Grenadiers probably had a better chance. Or say gone for some Pioneers when he Panther needed, Pioneers to repair it. He probably also could have pulled through. But again, there were a lot of sort of late game issues here. For the practitioner's strategy really began falling apart because again, he never again planned for after the Ostrom. And that's really one thing you need to do when you go for an Ostrom strategy. You actually need to replace them. Also, failure to use the opposite sort of abilities, I think, also hurt him a bit there. I mean, it's a bold and, interesting strategy in many ways. Aggressive use of mines, fuel caches, straight to tier 4 rush. But the problem was, again, it wasn't quite well supported. And Ostrom in particular can't support a tier 4 rush very well. That very much requires better infantry for it to really work there. So there's a definite issue there for the practitioner. I mean, that was a nice play, but again, strategically, a lot of flaws there, which Macos was able to execute. Again, he could have ended this sooner, had he used rapid conscription sooner and more aggressively and flanked a bit more, and also had a mortar out soon, I think. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, send in a replay of points of feedback in the comment section. This is Imperial 19. Cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Cheers.